All right, just in time for the college football season, ESPN is getting rid of the bottom line ticker during its college football broadcast this season. That's why Dom didn't have the ticker for our show today in honor of ESPN. You know, the bottom line, the scores, news, and updates that have lived at the bottom of the screen for more than 30 years. It will be removed during live game action across ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN News, ACC Network, SEC Network. ESPN says the idea is to create a cleaner presentation, keep the focus on where it belongs, on the field. And I have to admit, when I heard this, I laughed about it. Why? Because I have a little history with the bottom line. I was at ESPN when it was introduced back in 1995. First on ESPN2 before eventually it spread across ESPN and onto SportsCenter. And when they decided to put that ticker at the bottom of SportsCenter, many of us SportsCenter anchors, we were up in arms. Remember, we wrote our own shows. We put a lot of time and effort into those on-camera lead-ins. This information, the setup, and hopefully a clever line or two. Then suddenly, while we're talking, scores and breaking news were moving at the bottom of the screen. That's a distraction. You're not going to pay attention to us. We were upset. They're all going to stare at the ticker at the bottom of the screen. We complained. We made our case. And spoiler alert, we did not win our case. The bottom line stayed. It became part of ESPN's identity. And eventually, hey, it changed the way sports TV looked everywhere. Everybody was copying it. Now, more than 30 years later, how about that? ESPN is removing it from its college football broadcast because, wait for it, it can be distracting. So apparently, we SportsCenter anchors were right way back then. It just took ESPN a few decades to admit it. What do you think about this decision? A lot of people love it. They say the screen has become too cluttered between the score bug, play clock, down and distance, stats, promos, graphics, betting angles. Everything else is on the screen than actual football. Those fans just want to watch the game they turned on, not read about 7 other games at the same time. People who record several games are especially happy because the bottom line can spoil another result before they get a chance to watch it. And then there's the most common argument about it. If you want another score, check your phone. Fair enough. Every score in every sport is available within seconds nowadays. The bottom line is no longer the only or even the fastest way to find information. But here's the other side. Do we really need one more reason to look at our phones? Hey, preaching to the choir. That's me. You pick up your phone, you check the Alabama score. Next thing you know, you miss the entire third quarter because something on your phone, which wasn't football, distracted you and kept you on your phone scrolling. So there's sides both ways to the argument. I mean, college football, though, is also different from most sports. On a Saturday, games are happening everywhere all day long, hundreds of them. That ticker helped you feel connected to the entire sport. You'd be watching one game and suddenly the words upset alert would pop up on the screen. Top team was in trouble. And then you went looking for that other game. Where is it? What channel? There was something fun about seeing that score and then how you would react. You realize a huge favorite was losing in the fourth quarter and suddenly everybody in the room was reaching for that remote. That was part of the college football Saturday experience. Some fans, though, are also suspicious of ESPN's motivation. Their theory is that if ESPN stops showing scores from games on competing networks, maybe viewers will be less likely to discover a better game or change the channel. I don't buy that. That's been around forever. Hey, let's be honest. ESPN isn't exactly leading a TV revolution here. Not here, not now. NBC and CBS have already presented college football games without a permanent full-width ticker. Fox removed its traditional ticker, last couple of years. ESPN, they removed the bottom line from college football playoff games. They've done that already. They did it from NBA and NHL postseason games. No bottom line. So ESPN is not in front of us. They're catching up, actually. And maybe there's a reasonable compromise. How about this idea, guys? ESPN and these other networks can show an occasional score update or upset alert when something really important is happening. We don't need the score of every baseball game permanently situated at the bottom of the screen while we're trying to watch college football. The bottom line may be going away, and that's probably progress in how the industry is changing. But just don't take the pulse of college football Saturday away from it. What do you think? Do you like the bottom line? Are you happy that it's going away? Let me know. All right. Who's coming and joining the show? Let's get at it. Surprise.
Hello.
It's Dan. My son Dan has made it from his journey. We were concerned, Dan. You were there.
I was too. There's a tree in the middle of Route 84, but I'm here. We made it. Got to thank the police and everyone else responsible to make sure I could be here today.
Okay, great. Wow, amazing. Police escort. We'll leave it there. All right, Dan, I just talked about, and welcome to the show. I just talked about, you grew up with the bottom line ticker because it's been around for like 30 years and you're 30. So what's your take on this now that it's going to disappear during college football on ESPN? And we've seen it on other networks go bye-bye too.
Like most people, when I saw the news, I was a little bummed. This is something you grow up with. I hate change. I've noticed as the older I get, I realize change is just not for me. We'll see how it progresses. Again, I'm always on my phone to begin with, just because, again, gambling, everything. I understand ESPN's take. Like, people who are watching the game, they want to watch it. And a lot of people I know, they have 5 to 7 TVs going on one time.
Right.
And they're really not looking at that score. So I think early on people are going to complain, but I think ESPN's making this decision for a reason, and they have to have resources out there that are telling them this is the move.
Yeah.